Good morning, good afternoon, good evening, good night. It's the Ron Van Dam Show.
Thank you very much. Welcome to the. It's an abrupt. Welcome to the program. It's the Ron Van Dam Show. I am Ron Van Dam. I can prove it. Here I am. Thanks for being here. I have a guest coming in about 10 minutes, going to talk about FICA plants. I know you'll find that interesting. I wouldn't do that to you. I would not do that to you. If you're not familiar with this show, this is a half hour long. I do this professionally. I've been doing radio for 30 years. Got into the podcast game when the game became viable as a game. So 30 years of this stuff. What I do is a show that pretty much talks about the things that bother everybody, but nobody really seems to talk about it. The very trivial things in life that we go through. It's one of the few reasons that I wear glasses. I usually don't wear glasses, but I can't see a darn thing when I'm in this studio, so I wear them anyway. Glasses have become a... Hi, by the way, how are you? Hello up there. Glasses have become a very interesting thing. I didn't wear glasses as a kid, but when I was going to school is nasty. Oh man, if you have children, they're going to have to go to public school at some point, or even in private school. Other kids, they're nasty. They're just nasty things. And your kid's going to come up upon some nasty people. These are bullies. Let me tell you about bullies as far as I'm concerned. If a child, and I'm talking about a child, not an adult, when a child aggressively bullies another child, or when a human being aggressively bothers and touches and pushes and punches another child, or threatens them with bodily harm, that's an infraction that they must learn in life is not tolerated in our society. And that child should be arrested accordingly. Should the child go to jail? No. Should it be scared out of its wits with a police officer yelling at? Yes. 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 Bullies should not be allowed in school. Aggressive behavior in school toward other children should not be allowed. When a child aggressively punches another child, or teases them, or pushes them, or knocks their books out of their hand, you don't touch other people. People or people. I'm getting so upset I can't even say the word people. I call them peevils, because they are evil. Children must learn at a very young age, and when their parents say, well, they're just being children. No, that's the problem. Being children is not supposed to be pushing other kids and knocking them down. That's called assault. And it's not allowed in our society. Yeah, but they're just children. You don't assault another human being at any age. They should learn that at a tender young age in grade school. You're upsetting me. School is just it's a learning center for social aspects that we're going to have to deal with later in life. And all these people who walk around saying, well, you know, people are basically good people inside. They all really have good souls. Have you been out much? Have you seen people these days? They're nuts. Anyway, when I was going to school, I did not wear glasses, but there were many kids that were, and they were always publicly shamed. They were teased. Horrible psychological damage that runs with a child through their adulthood to the day they die. The ones that are teased and bullied. They used to call them four eyes. I never understood that. They still had two eyes with some lens over them. I didn't understand that at all. And other kids used to laugh at them. But when I was growing up in school, the glasses were what they call horn-rimmed glasses. They were black glasses. All you needed was the plastic nose, and you had one of those silly face things going on, you know, with the mustache and everything. Yeah, that was the only. They didn't really have other than these black horn-rimmed glasses, and they were teased. And then society changed, and when the hippies came along, they wore the wire rim glasses, and that was considered, that was cool, man. That's cool, man. Hey, man, hey, it's cool, man. That's what wired rim glasses started to take the stigma off of people wearing glasses. All of a sudden, this was not a horrible thing anymore. And then fast forward to today, glasses are fashionable and sexy. Who knew? How did this happen? This is a good time to live in the glasses age. I knew a girl recently who thought very little of herself. She was an attractive girl, very attractive, but just had real bad, she had no self-confidence, just very bad image of herself. And she wanted to look prettier. So what did she do? Did she have her hair done? I don't know what that means. Did she have her hair styled? Did she enlarge or lessen her breastal complex area? No. She went out and she bought a pair of glasses with clear lens. She didn't need glasses. There was no prescription. They were fake glasses, but they were very fashionable. And she wore them, and people apparently were like giving her like great reviews on her face. They said, well, you know, you're very pretty. You're very pretty. Because glasses make you look sexy now. Men with glasses look sexy and intelligent. Glasses are a sign of intelligence. I think the show Jeopardy did a lot for that. So glasses are sexy. We have gone to the other side. To the point where you're teased and ridiculed? No. You're freaking sexy. Okay, so now, put your glasses on. Be proud of them. Because apparently they make you look intelligent and sexy. If I had sexy music in the background with a sax player, next time I'm going to hire a sax player to play in the background if I talk about stuff like that. Anyway, welcome to the show. Thank you for being here. You didn't have to do this. You didn't have to do this at all. There's so much stuff on television. As if regular cable wasn't horrible enough. Isn't it funny? Don't we say this all the time? You know, if you have basic cable and you subscribe to some HBOs and things like that, if you can afford that, a little Showtime thrown down there, you know, maybe the Discovery Channel, I'm not so sure about that. There's literally like 300 channels. And I know the same thing happens to you. I'll sit down at night and say, I'm going to watch me some TV. I sit with the remote, turn on the TV, 300 channels of stuff. 300 channels of stuff in beautiful HD, HDR, HDFDR, HDRC. I don't even know what these letters mean anymore. The more letters you have, the clearer the picture for some reason. I really don't know. It's in 4K, 5K, 6K, 7K, 8K. And you say, I'm going to watch me some TV. 300 channels, there's nothing on. There's nothing on. You surf through, we call it surfing, man. You're surfing. You're surfing. There's nothing to watch. You look at every one of the 300 channels and you go, you know what? I got 300 channels. I don't really want to watch any of the shows that are on. So what did we do? Then we came up with streaming. Streaming doesn't mean anything to me. The word itself means nothing. Stream. What is it? What am I doing when I'm streaming here? Well, you're through the internet. You're looking at. Why are you calling it that? I figure if you're a fisherman and you want some salmon, you'll go down to the local stream and you'll do some streaming for salmon. I don't understand what this is. So now we have another 50 streaming possibilities, streaming channels. I don't. There's Sling TV. I guess that's for people that broke their arm or something and have. I don't understand. Freebie TV, Pluto TV. Every planet has their own streaming service. This is tons of different things, and then the regular networks as if they had no shows good enough to watch to begin with. They have their own streaming networks where they have all the shows that you didn't want to see to begin with. But now you can see them. Now you don't have to see them anytime you want. It's just crazy. And there's still not much to watch. Netflix seems to be the go-to thing, you know. I don't know, but you have to pay so much for that. Everything I do, I got to pay for it. Nothing comes with anything, you know. I even want to get a hamburger. You want a hamburger? Yeah, I'll have the hamburger for what, $72? Is that? Yeah, that's right. You want that with cheese? Yeah, that's another $6. What? You want lettuce on that? Yeah, of course I want lettuce on that. That's $7. Are you serious? You want a little salt and pepper? No. How much is that? $27. It's ridiculous. Everything's too expensive. But I was talking about glasses originally, and I'm just glad that I live in an age where glasses are totally acceptable, totally wonderful. Thank you to Ben Franklin for he invented bifocals. Did you know that? Yeah, Ben Franklin said, "Hey, I can see. I don't have to and do bifocal, like split them in half." Wow, Ben, thank you so much. You know, 50% of the American population. I'm making this up, by the way. 50% of the American population thinks that Ben Franklin was actually one of our presidents. He wasn't. Shoulda, coulda, I don't know. I'm going to try something because it got messed up many, many times previous. We're going to take a commercial break. I don't know if this is going to work or not. Let's just give it a shot. We'll be right back after this.
Gentlemen, have you ever been in the mood for a nice knish or maybe bagel in the schmear, but you're also in the mood for some exotic dancing? You can't find those in the same place. Until now. I'm Moishe Kaufman, inviting you to come visit us at Moishe's Knish and Strippers, the area's first genuine kosher deli and titty bar. Come in and rock out with your locks out and check out our dancers. These girls are so nice you'll plots, and they're all certified kosher. Maybe not the kind of girl you bring home to mother, but once you see Delia fold a dollar bill without using her hands, you won't care what mom thinks. Look, Bubby, you're in a strip club. That alone is enough to kill her, so live a little. Every Thursday, don't miss our buns and brisket buffet from noon to 6. Moishe's Knish and Strippers is closed on the Sabbath. Hey, we might be a little unorthodox, but we're not heathens.
Okay. I found fascinating recently, I guess about a month ago, in Indonesia, a place that a lot of us don't go to for vacations. Hey, where are you going on vacation this year? Bermuda? You going to the islands? I think I go to Indonesia. How about that idea? Not a lot of people do that. I guess because there's nothing on TV over there. I really don't know. They don't have that many channels even there. But here's what I don't understand. They are really into soccer. Europe is really into soccer. The United States, not so much. Actually, what we call football here, which is extremely popular, they call football there, but it's really soccer. The soccer we have here, we call soccer, but it's not good. I don't understand soccer. I don't understand it. Every other sport makes sense to me to some extent. Soccer reminds me of a bunch of feral cats knocking a ball of catnip around. It's the same results, and it's basically the same game. If you're a soccer mom, I don't even know what that means. I don't know why there's no soccer dads. There are no soccer moms. Come a little closer to the screen. I can't get closer to you. The camera's mounted on the wall in this particular studio. Soccer moms, it's exciting to see your child run around the field and kick a ball, isn't it? But really, isn't it boring? Isn't it the most boring thing you've ever watched? I know your kids are in it, so it makes it worthwhile, because they're running around. But isn't it boring? Even professional soccer players, they're always kicking it out of bounds by mistake all the time. And it's like, oh God, you're professional, can you at least keep it within the boundary of play? Oh, man. And the scores, oh, gosh, it's so exciting. Frequently, the score is as high after 3 hours of play as 1-0. The excitement is blowing me away. Frequently in a soccer game, after 3 hours, the score will be tied 0-0. Oh my. Just come on, man. I don't understand soccer. It's just so freaking boring. There's one good thing about soccer, one good thing only. The clock never stops. That's a dream. That's wonderful. Sometimes the clock will, I don't even know what the quarters or halves. I have no idea. But like when it hits 40 minutes or whatever the case may be, sometimes the referees will say, this is really stupid. Let them play for another few minutes. It's arbitrary. It's all arbitrary. I don't understand soccer. It's so freaking boring. I don't know who came up with this. Let's create a game. We're going to just kick the ball all over the place and try to get it in the net. And the other people can try to stop you. Okay, fine. How do we pass the ball? With your feet. You can only use your feet. What are you talking about? Can't use your hands. Simon didn't say so. No hands. Just can only use your feet. Can I use my knees? Not a lot. Just maybe by mistake. Here's something interesting. If the ball's really high in the air, you can hit it with your head. What? Why wouldn't I hit it with my feet? I guess you should. But if you want to hit it with your head, be my guest. I mean, in other sports, when a ball's coming towards your head, you get out of the way. Not in soccer. It's just so weird. It's so odd, that game. But the reason that I brought up Indonesia and also Europe, but Indonesia, they had a thing about a month ago, or not even, depending on when you're listening to this or watching this, whatever you're doing. 125 people were trampled to death in the stadium. I guess the home team had lost, and the fans, as fans do, rushed onto the playing field. And the police ran out, and in order to stop the pandemonium, they sprayed tear gas all over the place. The crowd panicked, went to the nearest exit, trampled themselves to death. 125 people died. Hundreds more were injured. What a soccer game. How can you get so upset about your team losing that you would risk death? Obviously, the police apparently were, at fault for using tear gas in a place where you can't get out easily. I mean, that was stupid. But to me, just the general emotions of these observers, the audience, the spectators, so emotionally involved in this game of catnip. I don't understand it. They don't seem to like our American football too much. They're not greatly into baseball, really. They just love watching people run around kicking balls aimlessly for 3 hours and walking away with basically nothing. What I also find fascinating about soccer, thanks for asking, is in order to stop the clock, because clock never stops, which is like life. I mean, life, time doesn't stop, it just keeps going. That's the way it is in a soccer game. That, again, I appreciate. In order to stop the clock, a player, if they're just slightly hit by the ball somewhere, which is like always, they get very dramatic about it, and they fall on the ground writhing in pain. And then they show the replay, and the ball hardly touched the guy. The guys just, and they're horrible actors. They hold their knees on their back and they're writhing in pain. And, oh my God, my God. When previously they were hitting the head 50 times and knocked out. It's such a dramatic display of stupidity. Can you tell I'm not into soccer? I think I'm insulting some people who are really into soccer and are really good at soccer. I have a neighbor down the street, which would make them my neighbor. Their kid is an incredible soccer player. I mean, he can like maneuver that ball, keep it in the air for 7 days, you just using his knees and his elbows and stuff. And it is amazing. It's like an acrobatic act. But, I mean, the actual game itself, I'm sorry. I can't get into it. I don't know. But that's sad. I mean, being trampled to death. Oh, God. At a soccer game? Oh, my God, please. Very embarrassing. Should we do another commercial? Yeah, I agree. Because I can't talk for half an hour to you. You're just really annoying me. Let's see what happens here. It's not working out. Try this. Let me try this. Let's see. Oh, okay. How about this?
Hi, this is Bob Robinson from Bob's Handy Around the House. I'm a local handyman. I've been in business for the last 50 years on my own, doing light repair work in our area. Whatever you need done. Carpentry, painting, floors, tiling, yard work. I can do it all for you. I'll come to your home and do the work for a very reasonable fee. Naked. I should probably mention that I will be naked while I do this work. Buck naked, not a stitch on me. Waving in the wind, in my birthday suit, showing what God gave me. Naked as a jaybird. I'll be naked the whole time. I show up naked. I do the work naked. You pay me while I'm naked. Bob's Handy Around the House. Bob Robinson. You can look me up on Facebook, where I am naked.
Wow, that's embarrassing. We're about 8 minutes left into the program, so you don't have to get too crazy about this. It's almost over. Hear me out till the end. It's only polite. I don't do this all the time. It's once a week I do this here. Again, if you enjoy the show in any sense of the word, and if you do, I question your abilities, or your sanity, for that matter. I do this every weekday. Half-hour show every weekday. We have over 2,200 episodes that you can listen to at any time on all those crazy platforms, man. Yeah, the Amazon Music, the iTunes, TuneIn Radio, Stitcher, Spotify, Gratify, Sacpatai, Lapatize, Shopify, Spotify, we're on everything pretty much. Well, not pretty much, we are. Or you can go to newenglandbroadcasting.com. Ron Van Dam, that's my name, .com. Don't type in that's my name. It's ronvandam.com. And again, you can go to any platform. And we're also on syndicated radio stations across the country. I give them a lot of credit for airing this. But anyway, it's what I do. Just a little word for the kids before we go any further, and the adults as well. I want to talk about marijuana. Now, I want to talk about it. I don't want to smoke it, and I'll tell you why. Recently, President Biden federally said you cannot put somebody in jail because they smoked marijuana. It's not that kind of a crime anymore. Congratulations. Thank you. I know that federally it's not a situation. It's state by state. Some states still have penalties for it. Yeah, but you can't put them in jail. You can't put it on their permanent record to smoke pot. It's absolutely ridiculous. However, there are two things that the public must realize that didn't mean that marijuana is a safe thing to use. They don't put you in jail for smoking cigarettes, but it ain't a good idea. So use that as an example, kids and adults. Smoking marijuana has its very bad consequences for most people. It's a loss of brain cells. I'm not kidding. That's not a joke. It actually happens. It does slow you down. It takes away your energy. It takes away your momentum. Makes you freaking lazy. But it does some physical damage too. And you are holding smoke in your lung and organ cavity, which of course is probably not a great idea. Not going to jail, not being arrested for marijuana is one thing, but it does not mean that it's a safe entity. Please realize that. Don't confuse the two. It's important to say. I also, I'll go a step further. I'll tell you that someday, I just know this for a fact. It's not true. I don't know it for a fact, but to me, I know it for a fact. Someday, long after I'm gone, there will be some type of medical report that says, you know those cell phones that you've been shoving into your breast pocket or into your pants pocket near your groin or near your head when you talk, near your ear and your brain, that has done damage to you. I feel there's no way for a signal to be shot from a cell tower into the device that you're holding up to your brain. I don't find that that could possibly be healthy for anybody. And the cell phone industry obviously will never accept any possibility of that to be discussed or to hinder the sales of the cell phones. It's just bigger than we are. And the American public and the global public will always want their cell phones. But I'm telling you, there's going to come a day, I believe, a day of reckoning when they'll say, you know, that stuff you've been doing now for decades, it could kill you. But who am I but a lonely talk show host? My views and opinions are that of my own. And I will say in closing out this show, and I did it on my regular program yesterday, opinion-driven programs such as this, commentary, when people talk about things and give their opinions, and sometimes you agree, sometimes you disagree, you must know all the time. As far as I'm concerned, this is entertainment. It's social entertainment. If I say something that sounds like it's a fact, it may not be. And you should realize the difference between reporting the news and commenting frivolously upon certain news items. This is not a show that you should live your life by without checking it out. Okay? I don't want to be accused of sending someone down the wrong direction. But I will tell you to be proud of yourself. Make smart and wise decisions on your own without people telling you how to make them. Do not vote for people simply because you see a lawn sign stuck in front of somebody's house. Don't vote for those people unless you know what they're about. Do your own research. Don't vote because of a sign. Don't vote because of a political television commercial that could be slanted, obviously, to make you think ill of the other party. Just be smart. Be a real person. Okay, kids, I'm out of here. I have closing music. Let's see if this works. Usually doesn't. Here we go. I wish you peace.